The latest episode of Up Front with Simon Jordan is now available on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Simon is often joined these days on the pod by Troy Deeney and Graham Souness, and we wanted to get Pard's take on the discussion about whether Newcastle really are a massive club.
This idea of Newcastle as a big club, you've managed that football club. You know what that football club feels like. Is it a big football club?
It depends what the criteria is. Is it because you win trophies, because you have a massive support? Is it because you generate lots and lots of money? I think in certain aspects they are a big football club, but in terms of winning trophies, they're not. In terms of worldwide interest, they're not.
Achievements?
No.
Do you think Newcastle have got the best supporters in the land?
No.
Why not?
Glasgow Rangers, Liverpool. Teams I played for.
Geordie Roy is a myth, though.
Do you think?
I think it's a myth.
Oh, no, when they get behind their team, they're proper.
When they score a goal, like every bloody
I think
team.
I think a lot of the frustrations are born out of not being successful.
That's been labelled at Liverpool of late. You know, when you go to Anfield now and you have the song beforehand, and then...
What do you mean, this song? It is the football song.
The song. I said the song. Afterwards, it drops, and then apparently it's just very sombre.
I don't go to many games at Liverpool, but I still get the hairs on the back of my neck standing up before kick-off when they sing the song.
Listen to Up Front with Simon Jordan, all thanks to William Hill, available to download now from wherever you get your podcasts. What do you make of that? Newcastle? Massive club?
Of course they're a massive club. I mean, you know, listen, unless he wants to pay me loads of money to get my opinion on his podcasts, I'll reserve my opinion until he does. But I would certainly suggest that Newcastle are a very, very big club right at this moment with the finance they have behind them and the fans that they have behind them and, in fact, the manager they have in place and the team that they have in place. They'll have a good season this year, Newcastle. They'll be stretching for the trophies.
Yeah. White and Jordan, of course, 10 a.m. weekday mornings are fantastic. Listen, I'll tell you what I am loving. The little back and forth between Simon and Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, well...
Eddie Hearn calls him the disc jockey. You can't call Simon the disc jockey.
Well, you know, I've seen, because I love that TikTok. I think it's brilliant. And if you haven't got TikTok, have a little go at that, because it's all right.
Do you know what? You know, like TikTok, you seem like a cool guy. Right, let's look at the best of the rest from yesterday. You've already mentioned Palace was used at Selhurst Park, but we've got to look at Arsenal. 1-0 down, come back to win 3-1. That's not very Spursy. That's the Arsenal way.
Yeah. And Saka, you know, again, underlying his quality to that team. They're looking like real proper contenders like they did last year. They've not fallen away. In fact, you could argue that they look stronger. So, you know, this is going to go down to the wire. I've already predicted them as being champions because I think there's going to be some financial penalty to Manchester City anyway. So I think they will win it. But it's still a long, long way to go. And as I say, Liverpool yesterday showed their class. It looks like a three-horse race when you look at that. Table even now, but you know, I predicted Villa might get involved in that. We'll see.
What about West Ham, former club of yours? 4-1. They had a good day at the London Stadium. Great goal from Jared Bowen.
I was listening to Tony Cascarino. He was on this morning on talkSPORT on doing the morning show, and he made a valid point about the four guys who scored were all substituted the week before. Right, so you know that's a little tick in the manager's box. That one, when you're taking them off, they've not played well, they've not done it, and then they return and come back and all score a goal, and the feeling changes completely.
They are West Ham for me. Like that's West Ham's main men: Paqueta, Bowen, Kudos,
I genuinely think that team, if you set that team up to not concede, right. That front line are definitely getting a goal, in my opinion. Right, whether they're on a break, on a set play, on something, they got the quality. I think they should win more games than they are at the moment. That's for sure. But you know, great win yesterday.
Absolutely. And what did you make of Leicester getting their first victory against Bournemouth?
Well, you know, the goal was outstanding. The boy's name's hard to say. Buonanotte, is that it? Buonanotte. But he's from Brighton. I couldn't believe he's a Brighton player on loan. And he done a couple of great things in that game yesterday. But Bournemouth are unlucky. Bournemouth are a good team, you know, and I think they're one of the Premiership teams this year that the top clubs will be thinking, oh no, that's going to be a tough game, and it will be. They look more than capable of finishing mid-table, Bournemouth. Leicester, although they got the result yesterday, they're going to be in and around it, I think.
Yeah. What about Brentford? They just keep scoring early goals. It's ridiculous.
Well, that and
What
they
is that? Is that-
and you know they didn't have kickoff yesterday.
I know.
So
Is that taught? Is that a plan?
Well, I don't know if it was Danny Murphy who did that little bit of, about the numbers they're getting forward right at the start of the game.
It was Danny.
Yeah, and I think that was a good point. I think they have used that as a almost like a set play. At the start of the game, we're going to just throw loads of bodies at it and try and catch them like asleep. And teams, they won't be asleep for much longer because what is that, 4 games on the trot under 2 minutes? Yeah, incredible. Insane. And you know what, Brentford, they keep doing this. Set plays, they keep innovating. And they're the biggest innovators in the Premier League, I think, tactically. And that's Thomas Frank, the manager, and the staff there. Outstanding job.
We've had a message on X. Just driven 3 hours from Dorset in the company of these cool guys, Majestic and Alan Pardew and talkSPORT. Top show as usual.
A cool guy.
And Pards, I didn't know which picture you was talking about, Wayne Rooney. Did you genuinely think that was real?
Was it not real?
Of course it's not real.
Let me see it again.
Look, it's that Santa Claus.
It was funny, though. Yeah, but you see, the problem when they put something like that, there's people there's idiots like me who actually think it's real. I wouldn't myself, he's put a few pounds on.
Oh, well, Mick's just messaged us. He goes, Alan Pardew casually saying it's been a tough week for Wayne Rooney because there was a picture of him that wasn't very flattering. He thinks this is real. Oh, brilliant, Mick. Thank you. Thank you very much for that one. Right, still to come, we're going to give you the reveal of our big quiz, and we'll check if it's right before Alan thinks that Wayne Rooney's in any other dodgy pictures. It's the final word on talkSPORT.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.